All right. Well, there's no better person to ask about the stuff that goes on here at Johns Hopkins Children's Hospital than the Executive Vice President of All Children's Hospital. And your name is Janine Rabin.
Hello.
And hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
You know, I was sitting here reading about you because I know that you are from here, but you went away for a while, went to school, and then came back. And so talk about your involvement here with the hospital and how long you've been back and how long you've been here.
Thanks. So before I do that, I first want to thank you guys. We have such an awesome partnership with you. It's been 10 years, and to celebrate it today is just so fun. And to get to know you as people, not just radio personalities, has been a real treat. So I want to thank you for everything you do for our hospital. To have this platform to talk to the community is exceptional. So thanks. So I moved back here 5 years ago. I lived in Washington, D.C. for a while, and just really wanted to come home. And when I started to think about places to work and things to do, this was kind of the only place that was on that list. I love the idea of a 90-year-old community hospital that was pairing with an academic medical organization like Johns Hopkins. And I just started to dream about the types of things that we could do as a hospital in this community. And that was like the best homecoming.
Before you moved away, as you were still here, did you have, any sort of, what was your knowledge level, I guess?
Yeah, I always heard about the hospital. My sister was born at Bayfront, didn't need this hospital, but, you always heard about All Children's Hospital. You had neighbors or friends or people who used it. And so I knew about it, and I think, again, like pairing that community treasure with a place like Johns Hopkins and those two coming together for this community has just been awesome. So it's been a real joy to be here for these 5 years, and I run the foundation. And the foundation is the organization that accepts the gifts that are coming in today. And it's our job to make sure that we find those gifts in the community and then we give them back to the hospital. You've heard a lot of stories about things that we do, and all of those things that we do we need to support them. If it's operations, if it's equipment, if it's services, if it's a building, we're building a great new research and education building right across the street. All those things can't happen with only our operating dollars. We really need community support.
Well, I was just about to say, it now being the 10th year for Radiothon, and of course our partnership with, iHeartRadio and U.S.1035, we want to be in the community. We want to be giving back. And so this is the perfect opportunity because these dollars stay here.
Yeah.
But talk us specifically, if someone's going to call right now and be a monthly miracle maker, they're $15 a month. And that's easy because it can come right out of your checking account, can come right on your credit card. I think it's hard for people in the car right now. They're like, well, is that going to be enough to do anything? And so tell them exactly what their money is going to go towards. And you mentioned research and all those other things, but if you'd be really specific, because I know you know the ins and outs of this hospital so well.
The best person to ask. We have him right here to lay it out for us. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see how well I can do this. So we need fundraising support for literally everything. So let me break it down into maybe like a research study.
Okay.
We have doctors who are trying to test different, we call them protocols, so different ways that maybe a disease can be treated. A lot of times you don't get money from the federal government until you can prove something with your research and you have data on that project. We're able as a foundation to put money into that project so that there can be those early tests and those early experiments to figure out if there's really something there. Is there a potential cure in that research? And then if there is, our researchers can go and apply to federal funding and get bigger grants, outside grants. So that's like a real tangible way. When someone says, I'm sick of hearing about people suffering from cancer. There can't be another kid that I hear is like Sophia we heard from today, like no more neuroblastoma, right? So if we can get research studies going that really try and get at the heart of curing those diseases, then we can fuel our researchers to go out and raise more money so that there's more potential to stop diseases. So like you look at leukemia, I think it's something like 30 years ago, the survival rate on that was just not very high. Now it's like 93%,
Wow.
So it's like it's only because of research that we can get to cures like that.
Yeah. And from the highest level stuff, but really down to the chicken tenders that you serve the kids that come and are treated here. that's the interesting thing about Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital is that truly this money goes from everything to the high-level research to building facilities to buying the pacifiers to the bottles to the diapers to the food that's served. I mean, your dollars are going directly to help these families and these patients, everything from medical to food to equipment.
Well, and then if I could just for a second talk about like our
Absolutely.
child life services, because these are pretty great things that we do that make our hospital a children's hospital. You know, we really put the heart of kids and families at the center of what we do. So we have a division 100% supported by philanthropy that we're able to really go into people's hospital rooms and help kids feel like they're still kids. We bring therapy dogs in and they can climb up in bed and the kid can just have like that soothing moment. We have a Beads of Courage program where children are able to literally build, you know, a string of beads that they can put milestones in their treatment on that string. We have music therapy, somebody walking around with a beautiful voice and a guitar that just will go into a room and help somebody feel good or happy. So, you know, it's those kinds of services with Child Life that we have to keep doing, and we need support like what's generated through Radiothon, just to keep that going on. We got to keep letting those kids be kids, even though they're in this hospital.
Well, I know how good, you know, all of us from the station, you know, we feel at the end of Friday just, I mean, it's just 2 days out of, you know, our year that we leave and go, God, that was so great. I mean, just to hear the stories and,
Meet
you know,
the families, just to meet
uplifting.
these folks,
Yeah,
you
just
know?
to feel so, I mean, you have to come every day with just a smile on your face, knowing that, you know, you're in charge of making these miracles happen, you know, as much as anybody.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's a total honor of my life to be able to find people who want to invest in our community, who want to impact pediatric healthcare and connect that passion that they have to the needs that we have as a hospital. And I love it. And so it's like Radiothon is a perfect opportunity of that. I mean, just look at the profile of who we've had on the air these last 2 days.
Yeah.
It's families, it's companies. I mean, the fact that we had the Lightning, the Rays, the Bucks. I mean, what other organization can pull together that kind of community support and rally around a cause? And Vinny's match was just incredible. I really hope people take advantage of that, because if we see the dollars come in, the phones start ringing now. You know, he's doing dollar for dollar.
Dollar for dollar, up to $200,000, and that's just on the phone bank. So if you want to call right now, it's actually a triple match when you take Vinny's match and then you take the anonymous donor match. 1-800-270-8642. You can call right now because people are standing by, waiting to take your phone call, and you can give any amount, by the way. 1-800-270-8642. And
Janine kind of laid it out there where your money is going. We get to be kind of the middleman for a couple of days, getting it from you to Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital here.
Yeah, and a lot of times, you know, there's so many great organizations. This time of the year, I know a lot of people are, you know, asking people for money because this is the time, 'tis the season.
Right.
But I will tell you that, you know, I know as a person who contributes to a lot of different organizations, it's really important to know where my money's going. You know, people want to know where your money is going. And I think that it's really important to know that it's staying here in Tampa Bay, helping families, helping kids, helping these patients, helping their families, helping buy equipment. These are the kinds of things that make a difference and will move the needle in our community. So definitely call, take advantage of that match, 1-800-270-8642. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for being
10
here.
years. Can you believe
That's
it,
great.
Ryan?
And I think the cool part is, you know, if you spend any time over here in St. Pete and you're driving around downtown around the hospital, I mean, you just look up, you see that they're building, you know, we were doing our Radiothon last year, and it was just kind of the shell there of that new building, and you see where it is now. I mean, I don't know how close it is to being complete, but, you know, with the money that's coming in and people donating, it goes to, you know, it's not just pacifiers and chicken tenders and the list that you have in front of you. I mean, it's building
Windows
buildings
and stuccos.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I look at that building and I see hope. Like, that's the hope of all of these diseases that we're trying to battle. And we're going to fill that building with researchers and research projects and trainees, and we're going to change pediatric medicine. And people can be a part of that. So please, you know, call in and make your gift and see it triple.
Thank you so much for joining us, Janine. The building, you know, this whole place is about hope. I mean, you walk down the halls, you feel it. You know, it's not doom and gloom of a hospital. I mean, you walk through, you see the pictures on the wall, you see the kids with smiles on their faces, some of the things they've been through. So it's just, you know.
We talk about miracles, man, and we've seen a lot of them today. I mean, you know, everyone from Emma, who was here earlier, and she is a walking miracle. I mean, the kind of treatment she got here at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital is nothing short of amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get you to be a part of those miracles. Let's get you to be a miracle maker with us. 1-800-270 8642. Valpak is on the phones right now. 1-800-270-8642. Little over an hour left here
know.
with our.
We
Which is
need
hard
you.
to believe. I
Yeah.
mean, the 2 days fly by so fast. But as you just heard Janine mention, as we said so many times, your money stays local, and there's so many places that it's put to use. So 1-800-270-8642. 1-800-270-8642.
So something I just wanted to mention too that I know hasn't come up, but something that's just so prevalent in our world right now is all the challenges that we're having with mental health. And this is an area that this hospital is really tackling, and that philanthropy and gifts have really helped us start to climb a very steep hill around. And a lot of people think of us as, the hospital that's doing operations and coming up with cures and fixing people physically, but we're also an organization that's taking what's going on with mental health in our world very seriously. And so we have really started to build that out. And I think that, too, is something that people need to know about, and to know that we're here as a resource for families, and also a place that I think is going to make a difference in that area too.
Well, this is everybody down to the nurses, because I'll tell you, my mom was a nurse, and she's been gone for 5 years. But how these people are nurses and how they care for people, I will never understand the kind of selflessness that there is for people who are nurses or doctors, and the work that they do is just nothing short of incredible. I mean, to have that, I didn't get that skill set, unfortunately, from my mother. I wish I would have. But call 1-800-270-8642. 1-800-270-8642. These people are bringing hope and making miracles every single day.
Yeah, do it to honor those nurses. Do it to honor your kids. Do it to honor anybody that may have had to have come here or will in the future at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. 1-800-270-8642.